If I wanted a $200,000 software engineering job in New York City, this is everything I would be doing right now. And just to give you a little bit of proof, here are the offers I got from Amazon and Google. You can see the offer letters right here. Now, the typical advice is try to optimize your resume, try to get some referrals, and do some leak code. That's pretty much the only thing that most people recommend. And due to a website called Referral Hub, that strategy just doesn't work anymore if you want to land interviews at top companies in New York City. There's actually a website called Referral Hub, and I'm not affiliated with them at all, where you can just buy referrals at top tech companies. You can buy referrals at Adobe, NVIDIA, Salesforce, Amazon, Stripe, Snowflake, the list goes on. And as a result, the old strategies, like, optimize your resume, try to get referrals, grind lead code, those strategies just don't work anymore if you want to get $200,000, $250,000 offers in New York City. The only strategy that works these days for actually landing interviews at top tech companies is what I'm about to reveal, and that's what I'm about to cover in this video. And it's the exact same strategy that actually got me interviews and offers from Amazon and Google. What is that strategy? It's cold emailing recruiters. Now, before you roll your eyes and say, I've tried to reach out to recruiters before and maybe they didn't respond, or you might think that recruiters are too busy to respond to messages, just give me a few minutes and I'm going to explain everything you need to know about cold emailing recruiters. And again, this is the exact strategy that got me $200,000 offers from Amazon and Google. So with cold emailing recruiters, there's a lot of myths and there's a lot of hype about it, but I'm going to give you everything you actually need to know to reach out to recruiters from these top tech companies and land interviews. So there's ultimately a ton of variables that affect the success of cold email. What most people do is, they reach out to a few recruiters on LinkedIn, they don't get a response, and then they just give up and they say that cold email doesn't work. But the truth is, the time of day you send the emails matters. The subject line of the email matters because that's what the recruiter is going to look at to decide if they even want to open the email or not. What you actually say in the body of the email is going to affect if the recruiters reply or not. How many times you follow up. There's so many variables that affect the success of cold email that it's actually a science. It's an art and a science. And so I have this free guide on cold email. It's completely free. If you want access to it, just leave a comment below the video. It covers everything you need to know about cold email. If you want access to it, just leave a comment below the video right now. The most important thing with cold email, though, is how do you even find recruiter email addresses? And that's the main thing I'm going to cover in the rest of this video. Subject lines, you can probably put together a good subject line. What to actually say in the email, you can probably figure that out yourself. And again, if you want the full guide, just leave a comment below this video. But the most important thing is how do you actually find the email address of any recruiter on demand? That's the main thing that I'm about to cover in the remainder of this video. Well, the key is to actually use a Chrome extension called Apollo. And again, this is in the guide. Just leave a comment if you want the guide. It's free. So installing the Apollo Chrome extension, one of the biggest bottlenecks in cold emailing is finding correct email addresses, right? We don't want to message recruiters on LinkedIn. That doesn't work. They get way too many messages and they don't reply. But if you can get their work email address and reach out to them over there, they are way more likely to respond. And this is ultimately where the Apollo Chrome extension helps. It's a prospecting tool that surfaces work emails tied to LinkedIn profiles. It guesses formats when emails aren't explicitly listed, and it lets you export contacts efficiently. Long story short, you can be looking at anyone's LinkedIn profile and Apollo will give you their Chrome extension. It's absolutely crazy. And I'm just going to show you an example of how I would do that for Google. So let's say we're on Google's LinkedIn page, because who wouldn't want to get an offer from Google? So you're on home initially, then you go to people, and then you just type in something like recruiter, technical recruiter, senior technical recruiter, whatever you want to type in. And I'm just going to click on the first recruiter over here, Zach Nowaki. My boy Zach Nowaki. I don't actually know this guy, but we're about to use the Apollo Chrome extension to get his email address. And stay with me, this is the most important part of the video, and this is actually what got me interviews and offers from Amazon and Google. So we're on Zach's LinkedIn profile. And once you have the Apollo Chrome extension installed, it's a free Chrome extension, you're going to get this yellow circle looking thing pop up on any LinkedIn profile that you're on. And you just click it. It's going to be on the right side of anyone's LinkedIn page. And then you can now see this guy's work email and his personal email. His work email is znowaki@google.com, and his personal email is zachnowaki@yahoo.com. You can do this for any recruiter on LinkedIn. All you need to do is install the Apollo Chrome extension. Let me just give you a warning though. Please don't reach out to any recruiters via their personal email. That's a little bit of an invasion of their privacy, but the work email is totally fair game. I've actually spoken to multiple big tech recruiters about this, and they're completely fine with receiving cold emails as long as you keep it polite and professional. They don't have any problem with it at all. In fact, you're actually making their life easier. The whole job of a recruiter is to find qualified candidates. So by you taking the initiative, putting yourself out there right in front of the recruiter, you're actually making their job easier. You're literally doing their job for them. So recruiters have no issue with you cold emailing them. Now, just to summarize, referrals don't work anymore because everybody and their mom is getting referrals by just buying them on this platform. And so the new strategy that actually works in 2026, and especially going into 2027, is going to be cold emailing recruiters. However, this is the final point I want to make. Cold email only works if your resume is 100% optimized. Because when you cold email the recruiter, you're going to have to attach your resume, upload it as a PDF to the email, as an attachment. And if your resume sucks, if it's not written really well, the recruiter is definitely just going to ignore your cold email, right? So your resume has to be 100% optimized for cold email to actually work. I know at the beginning of the video I said resume doesn't matter, lead code doesn't matter, referrals don't matter. Some of that is true, referrals don't matter anymore, but the resume does still matter, especially for cold email. So I've actually made a separate video on the channel, which should be popping up soon, which covers the exact resume strategies that got me interviews and offers from Amazon and Google. I just straight up walk you through the exact resume and everything I put on the resume to get interviews from those companies and how you can implement it on your resume too. So it should be popping up soon. Go ahead and watch that video next, and I will see you soon.